Hong Kong is stepping up maritime decarbonisation to shore power and port electrification as Chinese ports move ahead on emissions cuts. Joining us today are Danny Kahn and Carl Lee Doyle from Stephenson Harwood, advisors on a new NatPower Wah Kwong venture to build electric shore power networks across Asia. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. Danny, if I could bring you into the discussion first. How does Hong Kong's progress compare with major Chinese ports?
Hong Kong has accelerated its progress in maritime decarbonisation in recent years, from the use of alternative green fuels and electrification. Currently, we see that the operations of the Kuai-Ting container terminals have been implementing various measures to reduce emissions from port operations, such as using electric or hybrid powered port equipment and introducing renewable energy within the port. From a policy perspective, late last year, the Hong Kong government promulgated the Action Plan on Green Maritime Fuel Bunkering, which outlines the development plans and direction of Hong Kong's green maritime fuel bunkering industry. And under the Action Plan, Hong Kong proposes to adopt 5 green-centric strategies, from encouraging the use of alternative fuels to developing a green maritime fuel bunkering ecosystem. Well, it also plans to subsidize the transformation of vessels and aims to develop a green-friendly arrangements for usage of port facilities. In the long run, Hong Kong plans to foster regional cooperation relating to green maritime fuel bunkering by collaborating with the Chinese mainland and other economies in the region, and to nurture talents in this space.
What challenges remain in scaling shore power across the region?
Scaling shore power infrastructure across the region remains a complex challenge, despite the significant progress in recent years. From our experience advising clients across the UK, EU, and Asia, the first major hurdle is the lack of harmonized technical standards. Ports, vessels, national regulators often have different requirements, making interoperability and cross-border operations difficult. Secondly, there is a high upfront capital cost for both ports and ship owners, which ultimately can be a barrier, especially where government incentives or clear business cases are lacking. However, we're now seeing a number of companies enter the market, providing full wrapper solutions, from financing and installation to ongoing maintenance. And ultimately, this is helping to resolve the issue and make shore power adoption more accessible for a wider range of stakeholders. Finally, there is the challenge of aligning all stakeholders. You're going to have ports, utilities, ship owners, governments, and equipment manufacturers, and you need to create the shared solution, vision, and timeline. Successful projects require close collaboration and clear contractual frameworks to allocate risk and ensure bankable, reliable, and future-proof solutions.
Very, very interesting, Carl. Thank you. And if I can keep you under the spotlight, in your opinion, what policy changes could speed up wider adoption?
Well, unfortunately, there remain regulatory and permitting hurdles. The process for obtaining approvals can be slow and fragmented, and there's often uncertainty of who bears responsibility for such major components as grid upgrades, ongoing maintenance, and emission compliance. In my personal view, the major area for policy development is creating a streamlined and predictable approval process for such permits.
Well, thank you to both of you, gentlemen, for your time today, Danny and Carl.
Thank you very much for having us.
Once again, our guests were Danny Kahn and Carl Lee Doyle from Stephenson Harwood. For more news, please visit hongkongbusiness.hk.